Lord have mercy. All right, how y'all doing? We are back with another episode. I am back here in Dallas, Texas. Got back. Want to put my friend picture up here for a second because I went to my close friend of mine, Jaquez, homegoing service, a celebration of life, and I was. First of all, it was difficult for me to get to Chicago. Okay. And shout out to my members and Patreon. We got a members only live right after this live. We going directly for members only because some stuff I want to talk to y'all about. Anyway, so, Texas, they had the ice storm. And so my steps was nothing but ice. And so before I was getting ready to, get ready to go to Chicago, I said, "Oh, I need some batteries in my thermostat." So because it's freezing out, I want to be able so they can be able to have my house at a certain type of temperature. So I get out my house and I order the Uber, and I get to the last 3-4 steps, and I slid down the steps. My butt was just soaking wet. Okay. Slipped down the stairs about 4 steps, like boom, 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 because it was nothing but ice on my steps. Nothing but ice. I'm coming from all these flight of stairs, nothing but ice on the steps, because I've learned being here in Texas for these 5-6 years, they don't believe in putting ice on the ground. Salt on the ground. Texas do not prepare for bad weather. And so I was very upset. Oh, I'm already grieving from the loss of my friend. And then I slid down the steps and I'm like, this is so unavoidable. So I was extremely upset that, Texas do not have it in their budget. And so I'm talking to a public policy guy. I said, we get an ice storm, a snowstorm. For the 6 years I've been here, most of the 6 years we had some type of a bad weather. Right? We had one particular bad weather when the lights was flickering off. It was just terrible. So they need it in their budget, and I found out that the state of Texas got billions of dollars in a surplus in this state, meaning that they're not in a deficit. They're not in debt. They had a surplus in Texas, that's good because it's good. But they should put at least $1 billion to $2 billion for weather, whether it's an ice storm, snowstorm, or something to prepare us, because that little ice should not shut down the Texas. Shut down Texas. I mean, restaurants was closed, stores was closed. It was ridiculous. I received an email from my former job. Employees had to spend a night because they couldn't really get to the place. They have to go and pick up people, et cetera, et cetera. And when I'm saying that Texas can do a better job by putting salt, sand, whatever, in their budget to prepare. And then also I have to speak to the shame of the building that I live in, to speak to the shame of all these buildings, these apartment complexes. It's not our job as a tenant to salt the sidewalks, our stairs, etc. It's the job of our landlord. And they need to do a better job to make sure that the steps are getting salted, the sidewalk getting salted, so nobody seriously injured themselves. And this was the thing. I was extremely upset with Texas. I was upset at Texas so bad that I was cussing out the entire state because they needed a good cussing. I was upset. I felt I could have seriously injured myself, right? And so I get back home. Shout out to my Uber driver because she and her lover, I believe that was her lover. I believe they were a lesbian couple. They came and picked me up to take me to the store. And she said, I'm going to just cancel the ride because I need to go to the store. So we went to Walmart. Walmart was closed. Then we went to Kroger's. Kroger's was open. So I was able to get some bottled wine, able to get my berries and some other stuff for the house. And she canceled the ride. So I made sure to give her a nice tip because she did not have to take me to not one store but two. And then she didn't even charge me for it. But I still yet left her a nice tip because I think that's the proper thing to do, is to leave her with an amazing tip. So I get back to the house and go back up the stairs, and it was just terrible. Trying to get up the flights of stairs is really terrible. So I get in the house, I shower, I go in my closet. I'm trying to, declutter my closet, putting all these clothes in there, and I want to just thank God. Why are you thanking God? Because I remember I didn't even have any clothes when I came to Texas. I remember I came to Texas with a bag. Less than that, probably a book bag of some items, couple of drawers and some shirts, but didn't have it. Now I have a closet full of just clothes everywhere. Clothes that I haven't even put on yet. Clothes that I haven't even put on my body yet. And I thank God for that, because I'm reminded that though you came to Texas with nothing, you are now sitting with a closet full of clothes, health, groceries, everything that I have, I worked for, and I feel really good. I'm an adult that you're literally living out on your own. I appreciate that for that support of having these amount of clothes in Texas. And then I have a show that I can just go to my audience and they can do, they will raise money and they will make sure we good because I entertain them on a daily basis. So I get to my house and I'm just washing my clothes, listening to my music. I went off on Texas. I'm packing. Now my flight was delayed. It was delayed on that Thursday. It was supposed to be 6-something, 7-something in the morning. It was delayed to something else. And I was like, okay. So I called Spirit. I said, is there any way I could change my flight for the morning to the 10 p.m. flight? Still, where I could get the extra leg room and stuff. She said, yeah, it's going to cost you $100. But if it delayed for another delay, then we'll let you switch for free. I'm like, okay. So I said, you know what? I'm going to make this morning flight. So I pack up, got my bag. I got my luggage, got my computer bag to do my show, get out the house, nothing but ice. And I can see myself slipping and falling, just going 3 flights of stairs, just down the steps because it was nothing but ice. So what did I do? I said, you know what? It ain't meant for me, friend. I'm trying to pay my respect to you. It just ain't meant for me. So I said, I'm about to go back in the house, drink me some more wine. And I just completely went to sleep. Then I woke up and I said, hey, I would like to change to the 10 o'clock. I missed my flight. So they was able to switch. I paid the $100 extra to switch, to 10 o'clock. So I leave. So when I woke up, I can tell that I didn't know at the time that my maintenance person, he got a shovel and he just started breaking up the ice because I put in a work order to fix my ceiling fan light. And I didn't even know he was here. I didn't even know this man was in my house until somebody told me, a voice or something, said, look at your desk. And it was a paper from my building of him fixing the light. So he must have, when he came up these flights of stairs, he must have cracked up the ice to get up the stairs. And it was able to let me a little pathway. Then I was able to go and interview this guy on my show, and I brought him on the show. And I didn't even know he was going to show up, but he showed up. I had an extra chair, another chair for him and his best friend to show up. Awesome vibes. Did I ever sleep with him? Do I want to sleep with him? It's 2 different things. Did we ever sleep together? No. Do I want to sleep with him? Of course. So he comes over to the show, and I interview him. not knowing that I have a flight to go to, but I still have to think about my show because this is my job. This is how I eat. This is how I feed myself. So that's top priority. So I get him and I interview him. It was an awesome interview to the point now his friend want to come on the show and do some singing and all of that. And we will book that date as well. Now, I don't mind interviewing people on my show. I don't, and people say, but why do you just interview a lot of gay people? Because first of all, I'm bisexual. And second of all, gay people are the least served people in media. There's not enough openly black gay people in media. And if it is, they are someone's best friend, but it's not enough of them, right? So I make sure it is my job to interview people from that underserved community. And also I'm bringing a more trans women on the show. I've always been dedicated to this community, and I made a promise to the community years ago. I said, if my show ever make it to the next level, I will always reach back and get the people that are not known and make them known by sitting in my presence, right? I've always wanted that type of power, the type of power that I'm getting in, and God is opening up doors that people, unknown singers, rappers, actors, actresses become famous for coming on my show. That is the type of power that I want, to bring unknown talent and make them known. So it was good to bring the brother on the show. He came on. It was an awesome show. So embracing a nice hug, and we were supposed to do some other things, but I had to cancel those other plans because I had to get to Chicago. So we had a conversation with them. They was on the show. He was so shocked because he saw the comments, he saw the people. I said, this is my show. This is what I do. I worked hard for it. And we had an amazing conversation. And then they leave. So then we get to Chicago. I get in the Uber, get to the airport, got there pretty early, got there literally early. I did the clear, the clear to get, the clear security thing. I paid, I got a free trial for that. That wasn't nothing but God, because I was standing in the line. It was a long line. And they said, you can get the free 14-day clearance with the clear thing. And I said, okay. So I signed up, and remind me, I got to cancel that. So I signed up, went through there, went through the front of the line, got through the security process, got on the plane, got to Chicago. I didn't get to Chicago until after midnight. So I told Mom, don't go to sleep. And so my mom, my sister was up. She was in the living room eating, in the dining room eating. And so I proceeded to have a conversation with my sister. And we were talking. This is my baby sister. She's a grown woman now, but she will always be considered my baby sister. But anyway, we're talking, we having this conversation. And I said, I got to get it in this weekend because my Chicago babe, she been asking for it. So I definitely got to get it in. Now, members, we're going to go in depth into a story time about that for my members. Right after this video, we going live on Members Only and Patreon with a story time about Chicago babe. Okay? We're going to go live and talk about that on Members Only. All right. So we have this conversation, and this is not going to be kept. We doing it tonight because I'm up. All right. I'm still going through grieving, but I still got to do my job. So we had this conversation. So I go on, and my grandmother, she wanted to see me up. We were having a conversation, and my grandmother just went right back to sleep. And so I took my pill, and because it's hard for me to sleep at my mom's house. When I'm sleeping in a place I haven't been in forever, so I have to take my medicine to go to sleep. So I took my medicine, went to sleep, got up, took a shower, went to my friend. My mother dropped me off. It was about a couple of minutes away she stayed at. We went to the Cathedral of Joy Family Life Church. We went there to the funeral. Now, mind you, I get inside the place. I sign in. I get the obituary. All right, get the obituary. And I didn't want to go see my friend's body. I didn't want to see the body. So I said, you know what? I'm going to sit, but I still can see it, but not like a full way. So I get there. I sit behind his father's family because his mother's side was on one side. His father's side was on a whole other side. So I can kind of tell, like, is some type of division there. I sit in my spirit. So I'm sitting there, And then they opened up the program. I see somebody else. I didn't speak to none of the people. I didn't even speak to his mother. I couldn't speak because I would have broke down in tears because she was already crying. I just couldn't do it. So we go there, and shout out to Pastor David McLeod. He opens up with a scripture. He opens up with a prayer. We read the obituary privately, and then they ask family or friends if they want to get up there and speak. I see a good friend. I see a good friend of mine, but I see somebody that I've known in Chicago for many, many years. I know him as Lucky, but he's known as I know him by his street name, Lucky. So Lucky get up there. He just cried. I didn't know that they graduated from high school. I've always knew Jaquez and Lucky was close. I didn't know that they were that close. And so he was crying. I felt sad. I was just boohooing. And some told me, get up there and speak and say something about your friend. I couldn't do it because already I would have been crying and all of that type of stuff. But what I wanted to say about my friend, because I did see it in his obituary, that they did talk about him getting his CNA license in 2014. I got mine about a couple of months earlier before he got his CNA, and he went to the same school that I went to and went there and got my CNA license. And I got my CNA license, and then I encouraged him to go and get his CNA because of the hours and the money that you can make during that time, right? And so we just had this conversation. I would just went all into the story times and everything like that. I couldn't really get into the gay stuff because I knew the family. Even though they knew they had a gay son, gay nephew, it wasn't a gay-friendly type of service. So, we knew it, but we can't really talk about it. So I said, before I say something out of character, but they might not like, then I'm just going to sit here and be silent and just take it all in. So, but the pastor, when he got up, and I could tell he didn't know Jaquez, but I don't know if the family knew this pastor, or they just picked some random pastor to do it. But again, because I could tell he didn't know Jaquez at all, even when he did it. So his auntie get up and she said, I want us to be close as a family. Like, let's stop with all this division. Let's be close as a family. And that was like my confirmation and knew that it was some type of division within their family. Like all families, you see that division. Some of y'all never seen each other until it's like a funeral time. Then y'all see each other. Then I teared up. His sister came up and she said, like, my nieces, my daughters, they miss him, and they miss him and I couldn't bring them because I knew they would be breakdown in tears. And he loved his nieces and nephews. Jaquez did not have any biological children, but his nieces and nephews like his children to him. And so that made me break up. And then, so I stayed for the entire service. So, pastor was preaching about none other. He was preaching about time, that, time, you don't know how much time you're given on earth. So you got to make sure you do everything that you're supposed to do, living to your purpose and all of that. And I love what he was preaching about time. That's what I remember. And I agree on that, because you never know when your time gonna come when you pass away from earth. Even though I believe there is life after death, because if you're a spiritual person, if you believe in the word, there is another place that you will go and spend an eternity in. So I don't believe that once you go, that's the end. No, it's other things, that other places that you will go, in your final resting place. If it is considered to be in a resting place, that will happen. And that's just my core belief. So he get done preaching, and now they ask everybody to come and see the body again. So I get up and I finally go see my friend. And I can tell that by looking at him, his body, the condition, all of that it looked like he went through it. And I saw, and I just, oh gosh, this is the last time I'm going to see my friend. And I sat and I saw him, and I was over it. I said, I have to leave this church. I have to go. So I get to the lobby. I was so distraught, I couldn't even open up the door because it shook me to my core. And shout out to one of the girls that I know from the gay scene. Hey, Wiley, do you remember me? No, sis, I don't remember you. You didn't transition, so I don't know who you are. But I didn't tell her. I'm like, oh, hey, girl, yeah, hey. You know, pretending like I know it, didn't really do it. And then I went on my Facebook and I'm like, oh, okay, I know who you are. But I wasn't trying to, like, I just came to pay my respect and hit it and quit it. So I go there and so I waited for him over. It's hard for me to open the door. And then finally she said, push the door open. So I pushed it open. I get in there, get in the car, and I head home. And my body, I'm just over it. I'm just hurt. Grieving for the loss of my friend, and thoughts running through my mind saying, oh my gosh, I need to do this. You know, I need to get my life in order. I don't want to close my eyes and things ain't not, you know, resolved. I was thinking about my uncle not being cool with him. I said, I want to make sure I get things resolved, because once you go, that is it in that particular instance. So whoever you didn't call to get it checked up, you can't go and try to resolve that once you're gone. Once you're gone, you're gone. So my mind just went to that place. My mind went to that place. My mind went to that place about all getting your business order, your will in order, get who you want to preach or at your funeral, etc. And so my mind just went to that place. And so I get back home, and it was like, why you ain't call your mama to come pick you up? I was like, Mom, you good? You busy? I can take an Uber and a Lyft. I actually like. So I get there. And I know I can't be sad because I will be seeing my nieces. So I have to put it in the back of my mind, but I'm still grieving. So I go to the restaurant. I go order some food, couldn't even eat it. Like, my appetite just wasn't there. And so I said, I know what I need. I need to get it in this weekend. So I left my mom's house. I got a hotel room. I just needed to be, you know, getting in, yes, and just get my mind off of this. And she lives so close next to him. Thank you, Yvette, for that super sticker. So I said, I need to just get out of this house. So I said, let me book myself a room. Shout out to the room that I booked. It was really nice. It was like right across the street from Garrett Popcorn. I mean, everything was just like everything was just just everything. So I get Chicago Bay and all that. And we're gonna talk about that in members only. So I'm saying this because my friend is no longer here. And all I have is my memories. And I love the fact that we were able to spend the amount of time that we were able to spend on Earth together. And I'm honored that he befriended me when the narrative was not to befriend Wiley. Wiley's messy. Wiley's this. But through all of that, we just connected as brothers. Because I was being trashed in these streets in Chicago. I was being trashed. So this ain't nothing new for me being trashed on YouTube. Because I've been trashed ever since I started doing shows from 2010, 2011. I've always been talked about, trash, threatened, people want to beat me up, all type of things because of how I deliver my content. But Jacquez was the type of brother, when I first seen him in a house party many, many years ago, he befriended me, all right? And we became cool as brothers. That friendship taught me so much. Like, though you cool with the popular kids, you still took time to be cool with me. And I appreciate that, my brother. When he got into music, memories started to flow into me, because when I looked at one of the pictures that he took, him in the studio, it reminded me when I was in the studio with him when he was doing his music. And every time I go listen to Bay Ass, I think one of the records, and Frame featuring Lil Bit, I'm reminded of me being a part of that musical journey of him. And though he never made it to the mainstream in music, The brother had a vision and he had a dream. I do believe if his health have not declined the way that it did, I do believe that he would have made it in music. Um, would have made it in music. But I appreciate the love that I had for that brother, and I appreciate the love that I had for us being co-workers, and working in a job. And one of the brothers came up on our platform in the comments talking about how we slept together. This is another co-worker that used to work with us, and I know who this person is. I think I know because he texted me. And he named the nursing home where we worked at. And I said, oh gosh. Me, Jaquez, and this particular person and other folk, we literally worked together. Jaquez actually went there first to work, and then he told me to go there, and that was like my second job. Because during that time, we worked at many. I was very active in the nursing facility, and so he said, you should work here and whatever. So I picked up the job there. And that's what I met one of the dudes that I was intimate for one night stand. But that brother, he just had to post that on YouTube. We slept together. Me and Wiley. I'm like, bruh, who are you? Then he texts me. Then the brother texts me saying that this before you were famous. You wasn't famous then. I'm like, bruh, you still remember that one night stand? I still don't even know how this dude looked. I don't remember this one night stand because I had a lot of one night stands. This ain't the time or the place to be talking about that we smash. He posted in the comments. So, and then he texts me because I have my 972 number is to the public. So then he texts me. I said, well, can you FaceTime me so I can remember? He didn't want to face it. I said, okay, bro, God bless you. You lived your happy life. I don't remember because it was a one night stand. And I had plenty of them one night stands. I don't remember all my one night stands. Plenty, hit it and quit it. All right. So then I get to, we had a conversation. Then I get back home. Then I see his mother post. And she shared, she liked what I posted because I posted his obituary on my Facebook page because this is to show the people that weren't able to attend, would they be able to see the cover of this obituary, which is really nice. Only downfall of it, they should have had some better musicians. It did all right. The drama was terrible. But overall, it was a great, it was just an honor to be there with the family. And thank y'all so very much for that. Thank you to my team. Like y'all were sending money. I was at the restaurant. Let me just tell you how good the Wiley Show supporters are. We was at the restaurant eating. And they said, how much is your bill? Told them the bill. Instantly, Cash Apps was hitting it to pay for the bill and pay for the lady tip. So the lady was shocked that I left for a nice tip because the people gave, because you pay it forward. And I appreciate that. And I'm reminded of that because I get so many people say we don't have real supporters, and that ain't the truth. And I will never forget the amount of money that was given for us to pay off our car early. I would never forget the amount of money it took to pay off the library and probation fees. All of that was paid off within 2 years earlier than the due date. That was before Wiley reached 30,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? That was before the 30,000. That was before the 24,000. That was under 20,000 subscribers. That money in the thousands was raised so I can get off, so they can get, all that was paid off through the support of the producers, whether it was $5, $1, somebody sent a check in for $1,200, $2,000, and God just shoot, and we paid it off secretly. Paid it off until I got a phone call from Mr. Bryant, our probation officer at the time. I said, you need me to see you some more? He says, pay off. And then a blessing happened because doing that, I had to do community service. But because the world was just shut down, they allowed you to pay $5 an hour to pay off $5 an hour because you really couldn't do no community service. Everything was shut down. So I paid extra and paid the $5 and paid it off completely. Went there to the place. I volunteered there probably twice. And then the rest of it, I just paid off because I'm like, I just paid off. And everything was completely paid off. I hired another attorney to get off probation. Hired them. They were able to get me off. I got the order from the judge. I didn't even have to go to court. The lawyer was like, you don't even have to show up. It's been approved. The judge said you was completely off probation early. A lot of people don't know that, but you can get off probation. And these are the things that I've researched. They said if you out of trouble, you ain't committing no crime, you do everything the court tell you to do, it's up to the judge to approve that you can get off probation early. I did everything. Came to the lawyer and said, I want to file a motion for me to get off of probation early. Filed it. Within 24 hours, that next day or next to 2 days later, I was off of it. And it's been years. So I appreciate that. And a lot of that came about because of the support that I accumulated on the internet. My gift made sure that things were paid off. All the fees were paid, all the lawyers, all this. And so now I'm back rebuilding the money that I lost and putting it back into my accounts. So that is like one of the goals. And I'm looking at my goals right now. I can erase one of the goals we accomplished. I said reach 30,000 subscribers. We reached that. And it's another goal that I want. I will have $20,000 in my bank account. I use that $20,000 to the money that I've lost. So we're in the building phase of that. We know we're near close to that goal, but we're working towards it. And then I said, lose weight. We're in the process of losing weight. Then I got another thing on there. Write jokes for your stand-up comedy show. So I have that as a goal as well. So every day I wake up and I'm around, I see those goals on there, and God is truly working for me to accomplish those goals, right? And that is what I thank him enough for giving me a gift to bring joy to people. I appreciate that for God because God created me and he created this gift. And I love the fact that he did that for me. So thank him. All right. And I appreciate that. So, because comedy is something I always wanted to try. And I'm just writing down my material, getting my material together because I definitely want to try that. Bear me 1 second, you guys, because my nose, it was kind of cool in here. Give me a second. All right. Okay. Yeah, to write down jokes and everything like that. Okay, that's what we have to do. And so I appreciate that. And so we definitely are putting that in the forefront because my vision is that I want to have a meet and greet, but everything is production. A stage, we bring other content creators on the stage. We do it combined. And I'm already in talks with a couple of people. I want to do that in 2024 and have an event where people come and see their content creators. They come and see me and others on stage, and you see me do comedy on stage and do other type, interview people, all type of stuff on stage. So that's like my vision to do for 2020 for next year. So that's pretty much I pretty much have the content creators that I do want to work with. It's not many, but the ones that do it could definitely work and be successful. And we just sell tickets and have people to come there and buy tickets and all of that type of stuff. and I appreciate that. So that's one of the goals and the plans that we're going to do for our show. Now, never give up on your dreams. Let me say this again, because you want to live life and you say, oh my gosh. And if you're lucky and blessed enough, where you go through stages where you're surrounded by your family. That's one thing I would love. If I have to go, I want to be in old streaking in years and I'm surrounded with my family. And then I just go on, be with the Lord. That's one of my visions. But before I get to, I want to make sure I accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish in life. I don't want to have no regrets. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't have that type of experience. They some of it wanted to be a race car driver, never tried it. Wanted to be a basketball player, never tried it. But I want to make sure everything that I want to accomplish in life, that I accomplish those things in life. That I live I've always in my mindset want to be wealthy in health, finances, and have power. That's always in my mindset. These are the type of conversations that I have. These are the dreams that I have. I don't want to continue to live life and you're broke. You can't make ends meet. I don't want to have that for the rest of my life. I want that to be a season. And I have many of those type of seasons where I couldn't do travel how I wanted to travel, pay this how I wanted to pay this. And that's it. I don't want to experience that ever again in my life. Next is wealth, opportunities, investing in companies, investing in your neighborhood, investing in your family. Those are the goals and dreams that I have for myself. All right. So that was that. Let's get into these topics. I had to open up with that because I've been gone for about 2 days. And I just have to tell you that don't give up on your dreams. Okay? Don't give up on that. Always put him first. With everything that you do, make sure he is up top, and then everything else will fall into place. All right? So always put him first. And so we're about to get into these topics, you guys, and I'm about to go a little old school a little bit. I'm going to restructure like my IG really quickly because we posted something on the IG and only got one like because I just posted this. But I'm doing this so y'all can see, because usually I put the pictures on the screen, but today I was having a little technical difficulty today. So I said, let me just post that what I'm going to talk about, post it on my IG so y'all know. Now, I want to talk about these two human beings. I want to talk about J Prince and I want to talk about Offset, okay? I heard from just listening to people that J Prince is a music executive, that he's very active in the music industry and all of these type of things. But him and J Prince, Offset and J Prince has been going at it in this type of way. And I want to make sure I read this as well. Offset has addressed several remarks made by J Prince in connection with the late Takeoffs, who was fatally deleted in Houston last November. As you may have seen, J Prince spoke about Takeoff's death during a recent episode of the $1 Million Worth of Game, as seen below. After sharing kind words of Quavo, "There's love here," J turned his attention to his Offset dude during the final minutes of the interview. This is an excerpt from the interview. Quote, "They've been throwing rocks and hiding their hands. I don't like them kind of individuals," Prince said. And the truth of the matter is, one can dance and different things in front of different cameras and all kind of ish. In reality, the truth of the matter is, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff. When he was alive, you know what I mean. So far, you're not you to be taking this position for you're taking. I've gotten people everywhere, so I hear all kinds of things. I'm gonna just say this to you: don't ever put me in no position where I have to defend myself. That wouldn't be healthy for you. I have to say that. And social media shared a clip. They said subsequently making rounds. Offset does not directly name Prince, when slamming such internet games ever for his remarks is clear. I believe this is what Offset said. How dare one of y'all N-words even speak on me and takes relationship, he said. I don't know you N-words from a can of paint. A N-word, y'all N-word, don't know how me and my brother rock. From there, Offset, from this is what the fifth interview you did about my brother. Before wondering why no one thinks of Takeoff family before making such remarks. You ain't think about his mama. You ain't think about his family. We ain't saying nothing, he said. Criticizing the practice of airing it out on interviews instead of speaking with him directly. Call my phone, homie, he said. You can call my phone and we'll have a conversation. On Sunday, Offset was in attendance of the 2023 edition of the Grammys. During the show, Quavo performed a movie rendition Without You for the Recording Academy in the memorandum segment. So I want to say this, and I say this humbly. I feel like Jay Prince, in a certain opinion, is a clout chaser because you're using Takeoff being deleted and you're being in the presence. You have actually been accused of being one of the architects of, being one of the architects of the reason why Takeoff was taken out. That was one of the rumors. But I also believe that you are using Takeoff's demise for clicks and views and for interviews. Because let's be clear, nobody was really checking for you before Takeoff demise. Nobody really was talking about you or discussing you unless you was inserting yourself in the whole thing with Megan and all that type of crap. But nobody really checking for you. So you're doing this for clicks and views, and you're chasing clout. You are a definition of chasing clout. A clout chaser like myself know for a fact that you are chasing clout. Now, whatever relationship Offset and Takeoff had, that was their relationship. All right. Whatever the relationship that Takeoff and Offset had, that was their relationship. They were brothers. They grew up together. Now, I'm reminded when I look at Offset and Takeoff relationship, this is why you cannot hold grudges. Because you never know when you're going to get that phone call that your brother or your sister or your cousin, your mama is gone. You're going to deal with that internalized guilt and mourning mixed all together. And that's a bad combination. That's almost like ammonia and bleach. It don't mix. When you got guilt, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and you're mourning, right? So that's why when you live in, and if you have these a misunderstanding, try to resolve that while both parties are alive to see it, to receive it. Because when you have these type of situations where you're not talking to your brother and y'all got these grudges, because when you get that call that your brother or your sister or whomever is gone, that's going to hurt you to your core. So whatever situation you got, resolve it quickly, because you never know when that person's time going to come or your time going to come. But to Jay Prince, and I said this on IG, only one of y'all liked it. Y'all do need to talk privately. Whatever issues you have towards Offset, talk to that brother privately. Okay? Talk to that brother privately and y'all have a conversation. But doing it in interviews is sad. And Jay Prince, you up in age. I believe you're in your 50s. I can understand if you was 20-something. But you in your 50s. I believe he's in his 50s. Y'all let me know his age. Look like he's in his 60s. You 50-something years old. What you doing interview gossiping and all that type of stuff? 50-something in your late 50s. You is an elder. You supposed to be showing an example of how a man supposed to handle situations like this. Not throwing out at your brother online. Because you at an age that you shouldn't do that. Okay? You 58 years old. So you should not be out here throwing out shots to a brother that is old enough that could be your son. To be very mindful of that. So I am praying for Offset and Cardi B and so many other people, even Cardi getting dragged out here. Let me see what Cardi wrote. Because Cardi being dragged out here on social media, she being dragged. Let me see if I can find that when Cardi was being dragged. Because I saved it in my device. Let me see if I can find it. So Cardi, she got something to say. You already know. Cardi said big lies. Cardi also said, never tell him to show receipts. Only people that was there was Whack and Big U. Why would he be called for anything involving Crips? Whole bunch of fairy tales. Because somebody wrote to Cardi, they said, you be set tripping and forgot Jay Prince had to help you feel safe in LA. Where's the lie? Then Cardi B liked a tweet. Someone said, and why is Jay Prince discussing Takeoff family like he closer to them than Offset ever was? Okay. And then they got it right here. They said Jay Prince goes off on Offset after the two previous exchange words. This clown Offset suffering from being a fake MF disease. Okay. And that's what he said over there on the street. So it's quite sad. You know, we supposed to be rallied behind, grieving for Takeoff, not seeing Jay Prince and Offset going the way it is. Now, I'm going to keep y'all updated with this story because it's a developing story. I don't believe that Offset is fake. He may be a cheater, or he was a cheater. I don't think the brother is fake. I think that him and Takeoff, they had their issues. Okay. They are family. They are good bros. They had an issue. And I don't know. I'm going to say this for the record. I don't know if Offset and Takeoff resolved the issues before he passed away. But if they didn't, this is a reminder to people in watching this broadcast is that the families that you haven't talked to or the members, people, your children you haven't talked to, try to resolve that because you don't want to get that call that they're gone and you never were able to resolve those issues. So make sure you resolve that. Okay? Now, have to say it. Resolve them issues immediately resolve those issues. You have to resolve it, brothers and sisters, because you never know where this situation is going to go when you're talking about these situations. Okay, you want to resolve it. All right, and I just want to say it to you humbly. Now, at the 48-minute mark, we got 600 million people watching. We're finally at the end of this series with LaVontraye. LaVontraye is a brother that was allegedly violated at the age of 14 by the hands of Dr. Larry D. Reid. Tasha K interviewed LaVontraye and also interviewed LaVontraye's mother. Now we at the last episode of this series, I believe, last episode. And so we finally get to the receipts. Now, some developments in this conversation that I dropped my phone while listening. LaVontraye said that he had a conversation with Samarco. Samarco is Larry Reid's best friend. And LaVontraye gave Samarco a hug, and Samarco said, well, I got to tell you, that hug, I could tell that you really love me because I was hard. I got erected from that hug. And then when LaVontraye told Samarco what really happened, Samarco said, I don't think you and Larry would have done something. I think me and you could have done something because we were more close. This weird type of behavior. And then Tasha K was saying that a man can't make you hard. That's an attraction that you have with that man. hearing this, and I'm like, wow. Like, so Marco, really? This brother gave you a hug. He was an adult when he did it, but you say you got erected as a married man with another man? And this is the type of spirit and culture this church existed. And so I'm listening to this conversation, and I'm listening to LaVontraye. And then we finally get to the receipts of LaVontraye and Larry Reid. Larry Reid, in all those conversations, because he said, I deleted you and your wife because I had a vision. And then he pointed this picture that LaVontraye was upset because Samarco told Larry Reid that LaVontraye was upset that he was removed as his Facebook friend. And LaVontraye wasn't. LaVontraye responded back, and then Larry Reid said something I think will haunt him. He said, I apologize for what I did. He pretty much apologized for what he did to LaVontraye. And then LaVontraye said, I'm not going to help you to paint this narrative that you did not violate me as a child. And these are on his Facebook page between Larry Reid and LaVontraye. And LaVontraye still have those Facebook messages and sent those Facebook messages to Tasha. And it was screen recorded. But Tasha said, give me your phone and let me read it through your phone because it's screen recorded. And she read those messages of Larry apologizing for what he did to LaVontraye. And right now, I can come to a conclusion that Larry Reid is guilty. Come to a conclusion that what Larry Reid is being accused of, I am on the side of LaVontraye, that I believe he did those things. I never really came out and said it publicly, but I'm saying it now after I'd watched this entire series and also seeing the DMs that he wrote to LaVontraye and wanted LaVontraye to call him, and LaVontraye didn't call him. I'm believing I'm standing on the side of the victim. So all of this went on, and then I get a video sent to me. Someone sent me a video on IG, a link to a video when Larry Reid was on T.S. Madison's show. And Larry Reid was on T.S. Madison's show, and let me give y'all the name if I can find it. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find the name. Yes. T.S. Madison did a Maddie in the Morning on 3/26/2020. It's entitled Larry Reid, Milan, and Craig. And at the 7-minute and 4-second mark, Larry said, when you 12 or 13 years old, you are an adult. And that's not true. 12 or 13, you're not an adult. You're still a child. And so hearing that, what Larry said back in 2020, and those was like 3 years after his conversation with LaVontraye in 2017, this man is quite sick. Now, Sir Marco's ex-wife, who is a lesbian, was a chef, went to Tasha K's house to cook for her. And Tasha said, yes, Larry said it's a blogger that coming after him with all this type of stuff. And yeah, because I'm shocked to hear because all these boys was living in the house. This is quite sad. And then you see what Larry does, and when he give money to people, and he don't give you a lot, he give you a couple $100. I'm talking about the one to buy my silage isn't in the millions. All right. And so he just give people $300, $400, $500. No one asks him. He just give it. Like if you defend him, he give you $400, $300, $500, but he's not giving you millions, right? You're not Sir Marco in his inner circle. His inner circle, he give them up to the thousands, buying them cars and houses and all that. And that is a sign of to manipulate his inner circle to stand by his wicked, disgusting ways. And he will buy them off. He even bought off Armand Wiggins. And I'm standing on that young brother's neck. He bought him off in Storm. Bought them both off. Both them two impressionable young black men, probably one day, if not both, will have children of their own, but they're going to be reminded that they gave a person a pass because he wrote them a nice fat check. And ever since then, I look at Armand Wiggins differently. Because how can you say, and didn't even watch the video, hug a man because he helped you get in some crooked little studio for your show, and disregard the trauma that LaVontraye went through? Sir, I speak to your shame. And I know you went to my station at The View and listened to my station at You and others, because I put your name in it and you go through my station and you was listening. And I said, I want to say it to you again. What you did, you're no different than Larry. You helped re-victimize LaVontraye. Because you've been bought and you're just as guilty as Larry Reid when you gave that brother a hug because he gave you some money. And Storm, you're no different than Larry Reid. You helped re-victimize LaVontraye by bringing a man into your house and said, oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I don't believe that you did it. I didn't even do your homework on the matter. So you helped re-victimize LaVontraye. You and Armand with the church's money. And I speak to the weak women that want a spiritual advisor. You want so much spiritual, and you're following a false prophet. And you're giving your hard-earned money to a man that are using the money that you give him to silence victims. You, every person that's a part of the LRL organization, you all helped and fund to re-victimize LaVontraye. And he using the money that y'all give him in tithing and offering at $10 and 20 cents, $3,400 and $500. 500 people send $60.66. Y'all are a part of the problem as well. And I speak to another shame of a young brother that's in the lifestyle, defending Larry because he been bought and paid for. He was flirting with me, wanted to be with me. We never seen the interest to be with that man. Looked very weird, demonic. Looked like he do spells and got you locked up somewhere, can't leave. And so we never was interested in that. We brought the brother on our show, helped the brother on our show, and we brought the brother on our show, and he act like he don't know us. And so everybody said, well, why did you end your relationship with the Patreon? The only reason why I was on the Patreon is because he was exposing pastors. I never paid attention to his prayer call, never paid attention to the spiritual stuff, because I could read the Bible for myself. I just followed him to see, is he going to expose Bishop E. Dewey Smith or all these other pastors when he was exposing Pastor Brian for cheating and sleeping with a minister's wife? And that was very entertaining for me. But I stopped doing it because he stopped exposing the pastors, and then the way these allegations out, he didn't handle it the correct way. I said, I'm going to cease all my finances to his Patreon, immediately ended it. Right? And so Marco and his team, they ended us off the Patreon. We supposed to get 30 days. When you end your relationship, you supposed to stay on there until your billing cycle is up. They just completely ended me off of it after we ceased our operation on there. And so one particular day, I was on a prayer call back in December. And it was about, this is a month of decision. Well, that sounds pretty decent. Okay. But before he got to the prayer, every other word was give money. I need 4,000 people, stakeholders, to give $5,000. And I was reminded with a prayer call that you're supposed to pray. But you're preying on the uneducated, the weak-minded black women, and for they can give their money to fund your lifestyle, to silence your accusers and to silence your critics by paying them cash apps and super chats. You give a darn about the prayer, you want the coins. And you couldn't even get on the prayer call if you didn't even have the money to be on the Patreon. So not only are you paying the $12.99, you also paying thousands of dollars to be on this prayer call, because the goop is you gonna be blessed. So that is the reality of the situation. Then you get Sherelle's World, a black woman that got boys and sons and daughters. And you got a husband, Brother Perry, a black man that's a father. Both of them got paid and they're singing a different tune. They helped re-victimize LaVontraye. I was getting so much pressure to stop covering this case. And I said, I'm going to continue to cover it because I believe that LaVontraye was violated, and hearing those receipts that was produced to Tasha, I'm 1000% coming together today saying that I believe LaVontraye. And what Larry did, he should be locked up under the jail. So that is the reality. And we ended the relationship publicly. We removed him from our Instagram publicly. And Armand decided to up his attacks on the Wiley Show. It didn't work because I got the truth that is on my side. He tried his best to discourage the people not to watch my show, but people continue to watch. Then you get Storm. I told you he's about to come out that closet. He goes and meet up with Armand, and Armand hug him by the neck, caressing his neck, hold him by the... He about to come out the closet. Okay? He gonna come out and make an announcement pretty soon. So I see that. Then you see Storm, he posted on his OnlyFans. And he playing with himself. Right after he gave Larry Reid a hug, he went on his OnlyFans and started playing with his pee. And so you see all of that stuff going on because they both been paid off by Larry with the church's money. He go there and he caress his neck. And Storm, you weak. Because that brother dissed you, called you all type of names, and dragged you to thousands of people, and you allow him to caress your neck, sir. You are a weak man. Ain't no way that you say you love women. You're going to get a woman that's going to dominate you, control you. Because if you allow a man to diss your name and to diss your existence and to diss your sexuality, and then you befriend him, and go on his show and then allow him to caress your neck, you, sir, is a weak man. Because you sent a sign and a message to your audience that people can walk over you, trash you, caress your neck, do all of these type of things, and you still befriend them. And you wonder why the black women that following your show has abandoned you. You're the reason why you have to downgrade to a smaller apartment because your finances have been affected, because your audience have been leaving you by the droves. I would leave you too if you allow somebody to drag you and then you embrace them with a hug and bring them to your house and you don't correct him and make him apologize for what he did to you. That is why the black women have abandoned your platform. That is why you have to think of clickbait to get people on your platform. That is why you have to think of everything out of your mind to get people on your show. Because they had abandoned you. And you don't even invest in your platform. You don't. You want to be this type of person that play with himself and use that for a camera. You want to be a porn star. So that's what you want to be. It's too late for all that. You should have did that when Maddie was doing that. People is leaving that lifestyle. You going backwards. You want to be playing with your Peter Pecker. Backwards. You supposed to be in Hollywood and other things. You want to get butt naked and play with your hole and play with your pain. You want to do that now. That's backwards. So, Armand, weak man, weak. He said he coming to Dallas really soon. And gonna tell the promoter that if I come, Wiley's not welcome. I said, did he really say that? He better not say that. That I'm not welcome in my hometown? Well, this is not my home. Where I live at? I'm welcome in any club in this city. But you, sir, you made a major mistake. I don't know if he said it or not. They could be just blowing this up my butt. But you made a major mistake because you said, I believe that you didn't do this because you mad at Tasha K. To the same women that you get on the phone with and gossip with when she called you. Stop telling these people lies that you can't stand Tasha and you still get on the phone and gossip with her. She call you anytime and you answer. Stop saying that you don't like Wiley, but you'll still get on the phone with you and parents' friends to call him not to talk about Jason Lee. I'm mad at them people. Why do you tune into my station head show, sir, and you say you don't like me? Because it's truth. Because I know how to speak to your audience. And they ain't going to do nothing but listen and send it to you. You can't even stop them from saying. You have to continue to block people. You're going to continue to listen because what I speak is truth. That's why you listen to my product. That's why your fans are listening. Most of their analytics, they're watching you and they're watching Wiley. Some cases, they're watching Wiley more than they're watching you. And they're watching Storm, Wiley. I'm up there with the people with big numbers. Because I have something and I have a personality and I know how to preach, pray, and entertain. That combination is a win, win, win. I know how to preach, pray, and entertain. This is why Larry Reid can't even utter my name out of his mouth, because I will continue to apply pressure to Larry. He can't even say my name out of his mouth. Because if he do say it, you sent me cash apps. And it wasn't enough. I need millions. You ain't hit me with no million, couple of dollars, $100 there, $200. That ain't enough. By the time you pay your light bill, gas bill, get your little meal, Uber Eats, you need some more. So that wasn't enough to keep me silent with these allegations. And I did not really pay attention until Tasha interviewed LaVontraye. Because again, and there's nothing against Brother Daryl. I don't know the brother. The brother came on my show. He's supposed to be this incredible actor, and he lost that. He didn't handle the situation right. He was given a good prize to expose a wicked person. And Brother Daryl said, I want to keep the man private, keep it on the down low. You don't keep nothing like that on no down low. That need to be light camera actions. So Brother Daryl didn't handle it right. And then Brother Daryl is in the court documents. He went as far to stalking Larry, going to Larry properties, having threats to Brother Larry. It's all in black and white. Then Brother Daryl violating the order, potentially going to get himself locked up. He didn't play his cards right. So that is something that Brother Daryl is going to have to eat up. He didn't play his cards right. He should have stayed on LaVontraye. Batman went from LaVontraye to tax invasion. He went in, and then he started going to the man's house, started threatening the man, mama and daddy. So it didn't work because you off message. Okay? So that is how that goes. You got off a message. I'm very direct on my messaging. Very direct on my message. Didn't get off message. It's always justice for LaVontraye. What Larry did was wrong. And the same pastors that he exposed, you're worse than those pastors because you violated a teenage boy. So what you did was worse. That's what you did, Larry. You doctored that man's body parts and potentially could have destroyed that young man's life. Knowing you did something wrong, then you responded, I apologize to I'm blue in the face of the stuff that I didn't do. Apologizing. Then you telling your employee, sending him half of the messages, you got him looking crazy. All because he's getting paid by Larry with the church's money. With mother so-and-so, deacon so-and-so, sister so-and-so, brother so-and-so. You got some people at LRL, they give monthly amount. Every 2 weeks, they're donating, they're giving money, and they're paying their tithes and their offering. And when he do a prayer call, they're giving more money. That is why Larry was able to thrive the way he thrived. And I speak to BET Shane, and I ain't off y'all neck. I ain't off the producers. Like, we got some more videos coming because you all didn't even give this a public statement to investigate. That to me, I speak to y'all shame because you all didn't even give that in. And when this reached more news publications, then that is going to be when BET make a statement. And I speak to their shame because it shouldn't have to take all that public outcry for y'all to make a statement. When a young brother say he was violated, instantly it should be an internal investigation from day one. Because y'all seen my DMs, phone calls, texts, all the type of way we communicated. Y'all know this goal. We reached out to Yolanda Adams. We reached out to Kurt Franklin team. We reached out to all these type of people team to let them know what was going on. Okay. And so now Larry said, I'm going to sue. He know he can't sue. Thank you, SQ, for the $5 super sticker. Because I can't sue, because once I sue, more people are going to be interested in these skeletons that I got in this closet. But he will tell these uneducated black folks, it's going to cost me millions of dollars. Lying to y'all. He said it ain't going to cost him no millions. He's saying that to manipulate you to go back in your purse to give more. Millions. He gonna give millions. Like, it's gonna cost him millions to sue. All right, brother, who you lied to? Then we had a sister that is an attorney called into the show, said, Wiley, what he said is a lie. It ain't gonna cost no million to file no paperwork. E-file no paperwork. And so now even LaVontraye got a witness on his side. They didn't name the witness on his side regarding these allegations. Okay? That's what that goes. Thank you so very much. So I stand with LaVontraye. I stand with his family in this, and I hope and pray that LaVontraye get justice, whether it's monetary justice or justice that Larry is locked behind bars. All right, so I'm going to open up the phone lines. I just had to come out and speak about this and hashtag justice for LaVontraye, justice for LaVontraye, justice for LaVontraye. Because this is not uncommon. A lot of Black boys have been violated by their spiritual leaders, have been violated by a male member of their family. It don't really being discussed because a lot of brothers don't want to talk about how they were violated by another man and they're still living a heterosexual life. Okay? So they don't want to even put that out in the general public because they don't want people to think that they enjoyed it and that they are gay themselves. So a lot of them keep that silent. They don't say a word about that. Okay? All right. Thank you so very much. They internalize it. Absolutely. So we're gonna open up the phone lines, you guys. I don't know if y'all want to call in. It's still early because I got about 5 or 10 minutes left, and then I'm about to get this members only live started for the members only as well. We ask that you all do not send the members only live to media. That's between us because y'all pay y'all money, and that's between us. So we're gonna do our members only live in about a few minutes. Right after this broadcast, we're gonna go over there and the members in the in the members only live. Excuse me. Give me a second here. Okay. All right. Okay, let me put the number on the screen here. Okay, got the number on the screen, 972-674-9462. Let me know if it works, you guys. So if anybody can call in, this is the time. I've been gone for 2 days. So now is the time for y'all to speak on these issues. And then, like I said, definitely it is available where you could definitely call in about LaVontraye or what Tasha K presented to you all. Some of y'all did not watch the video, but I do want to thank my staff for allowing me on her app for paying the service for me to be on there, for me to cover this. Let me see if it's working, you guys. Hold on. Okay, hold on. It ain't ringing. Give me a second. Let me do this. And maybe. Oh, there. Oh, hello. You live on the Wiley Show.
Wow.
Yes, can you hear me? Yes, go ahead.
Okay. My question to everybody, since they don't believe LaVontraye, can they point me to the proof that Larry Reid showed that he got essayed by 8 people that he claimed during that interview with T.S. Madison? Can they
please leave your message for
proof?
Hold on.
Joseph Ladder.
Oh Lord. Hello. I'm sorry. I done hung up on the person because there was like 2 callers on here. Batman, what she I think that's when she texted me something about that. Give me a second. Let me call her right back. Give me 1 second, you guys. Hold on. We'll get her right back. Oh, there we go. She called that. I'm sorry about that. It's two different calls. Yeah, you said prove that because he said he was M-word by 8 people. And what was the other thing you said? I'm sorry.
No, the only thing I was wanting to ask the chat is if they can just give me the address so I can put it in my GPS of the proof that Larry Reid showed to prove that he also was essayed as a child. Because you do know that he gave a story without proof, and everybody believed him.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point because when he put out that he was violated, people believe it. And you're saying he didn't show any proof for those type of interactions. So that's a good point that you brought out. Thank you.
Okay, Landon.
Thank you. That's a good point. Like y'all telling LaVontraye to prove, but did y'all tell Larry to prove that it happened to him when he said it happened to him for like eight people? Okay. All right. Like, come on. That's a good point. Oh man, that is a good point. You live on the Wiley Show. Mm-hmm.
Okay, one more thing, and then I'm done. And also, can he show the 8 police reports that he filed against the people that he said did something to him? And the source that I'm talking about is the T.S. Madison. He said it was 8 people. Okay, and so I just want them to tell me where was it? Maybe it was on his Patreon. Did he show 8 police reports? Did he file 8 police reports? That's all I want to know, Wiley.
Thank you so very much for that. And if he did, I didn't see not one police report that was given for that. All right. The phone lines is open. 972 is on your screen here. 972-674-9462. Also, members, I need you all to check your members only in Patreon because I post the link for tonight. All right, I'm posting it now. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna post it over there on the Patreon as well. This is for the members and for my Patreon people. And I appreciate the love that you all have been given that site on there. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but I was still yet grieving. Okay. And I'm like, well, let me. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so when you go to the members only, you will see the members only posts on there. Make sure y'all go see it. It should be on there. The members only, and I posted on the Patreon. And if you have any issues, you can always email me your information that you are a member. You got to show proof of that, and I will send you the link. But that is on the Patreon and it's on the members only. Let me know if you got it. If you receive it, press yes that you received it. And some of y'all is on my list to like DM it to y'all because y'all have already been members, and I'm going to do that really right quickly. And we almost reached another milestone on our subscriber number. So I appreciate that. So if you have not subscribed, go click that subscribe button. It is free. I appreciate that. I love being at 30,000 because we're on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and I love that we're on the road of that. Now, I got a couple of announcements to make, and then we're gonna go because we didn't get many more callers for that. Well, thank you so very much because we got a meet and greet that we're doing this week in in Dallas. So we have that this week in Dallas, February 11, 2023 at 3 p.m. You can email me at WileyShowProductions@gmail.com, Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com, Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. That's going to be at 3 p.m. Please be on time because I'm going to be there on time so we can eat our fried chicken, drink some soda, and then we go freshen up and we can do something that night on the 11th. Okay, we could do something that night this Saturday. So we'll make sure we have that. That's on February 11th, 2023. Okay, that's the meet and greet for Dallas. Okay, also the meet and greet in Las Vegas. Please, if you're doing Vegas or Dallas, please put it in the subject Dallas or Vegas. Okay, and that is going to be October 6th through the 9th. Some of y'all have already booked your rooms. Super excited for that. We're going to do a party bus. We're going to do a concert. We're still working on to see which concert we're going to. But I just want to get information out because I know some of y'all got to put y'all time in for y'all jobs, etc. Got to get babysitters. Y'all got to move things around. Got to save your coins. And we made sure we made this announcement before refund come, before you get your refund checks. We made sure to make that announcement so you can already have it together. And that's we're doing Dallas this week, this Saturday, and we're doing Vegas next in October of this year. So I'm looking forward to it at all. It's going to be great, and I love it. It's going to be awesome. I will be there, and also we're going to do something that night. We may go to a bar or something. I think we already got it planned. So again, make sure if you're coming to that, make sure. And if you have any questions, you can always text me at this number, 972-674-9462. Any questions or comments regarding those events, please text me at 972-674-9462. Okay, this is going to be great. This is going to be awesome for the support. Also, we have been nominated for an award. Now, I need y'all to vote. Okay, vote for Boss Babe YouTuber of the Year. Now, I'm going to drop that link in there because some of y'all got like family members that want to vote for me as well. And so I'm going to make sure I put that up, the link in the chat for y'all can vote for me as well. If you got your family members, you got people in there that want to vote for Wiley, is definitely in there. And then we're going to make another post tomorrow about that as well. And some of y'all, if y'all want to get tickets, it's the website on there. So if you want to get tickets to go to attend the award show, please do so. And you can get all the information off the website that you're voting on. If you have any issues, you can just text me or email me as well. We were definitely yes, it's definitely on there. So just click on that poll. We ask that you vote in every category because your vote won't count if you don't vote in every category. If you don't know the people, just put a random person in there. But make sure you vote for us as YouTuber of the Year. Okay? All right. Vote. And it is free for you to vote. We are nominated under YouTuber of the Year. Okay, so vote in every category. Is under every category. So vote under every category. And when you vote under every category, do it as well. And see if you can vote again as well. So sometimes it'll let you vote again, especially if y'all have like multiple Facebook pages. If you can vote, if you know what I'm saying. Some of y'all probably got 3 or 4 pages. So make sure y'all vote, okay? Okay, and we right under there for Boss Baby YouTuber. We the last person on the list, so make sure y'all vote for us on there as well. It is free to do. And it is free to do. And it's vote for us under the podcast. I'm sorry, under the best YouTuber. I thought we was nominated for 2 awards, but I guess not. We just nominated under YouTuber. So make sure y'all go and vote for us right now. If you have not done so at all, make sure y'all go and vote for us as well. It is that type of show where y'all vote. as well. And it's a lot of categories, but it only take you probably 2 minutes to put that vote in for everybody, and then you send it, and then poof, your vote will count. Okay, make sure y'all vote. And then if you all want to get tickets to that award show, they have it all on. It'll take you directly to the Eventbrite. So go there and buy tickets if you want to attend that as well. Okay. Thank you all so very much. Now I will see the rest of y'all on I missed it. When is the meet and greet? It's this weekend. You have to email me at wileyshow@gmail.com. Okay. Yeah, we nominated in one category for YouTuber of the Year. And you can email me at WileyShowProductions@gmail.com, because that meet and greet is this Saturday. All right. Okay. It's Saturday, 3 p.m. The weather's going to be nice. All right. And that is going to be, so make sure y'all email me at WileyShowProductions@gmail.com. Okay. Thank you all so very much. Now, we got to do a members only. So head over there, members. Head over there, members. All right. Make sure y'all subscribe. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When things get hard, always remember to put God first. Thank y'all so very much. Shout out to the people that have voted, that donated, contributed to the show. We'll be back live tomorrow. We're back live tomorrow, back full time in the videos. I was down for a couple of days. So I'm yet still grieving, but my friend don't want me to grieve forever. He want me to get back into doing my show and what he enjoyed me doing, which was doing my show. And so we about to do the members only. I will see y'all again. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Okay. Do y'all get the link? All right. We have to go live. Make sure of that. Give me a second here. Let me see. All right, let me drop that in there. All right. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Okay, where do you want to vote? Let me drop that link in there again. Because I got the link, and you just click on the link. There you go. Click on the link. All right, there we go. And the members only is going to be fun. It's not going to be that long, probably like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Because we've been on here for almost 2 hours, so I ain't going to hold y'all all day. Yes. If you're a new member, you have to check under your icon, like it say members on. It'll say when you check your homepage, say members only. You don't see that as well. You have to check under your membership tab. It's a tab that you have to check under. Yes. So some of y'all are new in that. Check under your membership tab. Yes. And if you have any issues, you can always text me and send me your membership information so I can give you the link. But that's only if you show me proof that you're a member. Like proof of payment, because it always email you that you're a member, and it email that price. So you can send it to me that way. All right. And we will definitely do it. The poll is not available for overseas. It's quite sad for that, because we have a huge overseas audience. Thank you. So make sure you go and check. All right. Yeah. So we've been on here for almost 2 hours. We're going to do our members only. And then I'm going to go live over there on my station head. But I'm going to do my members first. All right. Thank you so very much. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. And we will see y'all again. Thank y'all. Now, we will have our lives a little earlier, because I've noticed that when I do the restream, this phone blows up. And it blows up around 3 to about 4 o'clock that I get phone calls. And those are like old episodes. So I'm going to have to shift my time, because I go like around like 6, 7 o'clock at night. Sometimes I think we went live around 6, 7. So I'm going to have to make it a little bit earlier, because I think that's where most of the people will be able to call in, because those are the calls I'm receiving around that time. Because I will be restreaming this episode at about 10, 11 o'clock a.m. And so I usually get phone calls all over my videos. I get phone calls all over. Like, people phone call me all the time. They phone call me like over and over and over and over and over and over about what we talked about in the early video as well. Okay? All right. So if you're not a member, I'm sorry. All right. If you ain't a member, I'm so sorry. You gotta be a member. All right. And we're not gonna restream that members only probably in about a couple of weeks. All right. So make sure you get it. Okay. All right. So make sure y'all click on the link to vote. And I also got the link on my member or on the community wall. If you have any issues, text me directly. I will text you the link. It's no excuse, people, that I'm one of the well-connected bloggers here on the internet. So, got my little niece. Okay. Give me a second. You just click on there as well. So if you don't have the link, give me a second. You can always DM me or text me right now, and I will send you the link. It's no excuse. My Twitch audience. So right now, I'm going to send you all my Twitch. So we're going to be doing some Twitch videos. We're going to be very active on Twitch and my YouTube shorts. We got some shorts coming today. I'm sorry, I was supposed to do nonstop shorts or short behind 2 days. So I'm going to do I'm going to release like 2 or 3 shorts. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for my YouTube shorts. And that is going to be on my YouTube shorts. So, so we can cater towards the people that love the 60 seconds or less. And then also the people that love the long videos as well. Now, if you're not following me on Twitch, you need to follow me on Twitch. Give me a second. I'm going to send you all the Twitch video right now, because on my Twitch, we're going to be doing some stuff over there on the Twitch. Okay. Now, some of y'all can follow me. I think we got only 100 followers. We're trying to get to 1,000 because we want to be monetized over there. So I'm trying to see what is the correct numbers on there to be monetized. Okay, so we got some Twitch stuff coming. Denise, thank you, new member. Thank you, Denise. Okay, see y'all over there on the members only. Thank y'all so very much. Would you do? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You follow me on Twitch? Thank you. I'm staying on this. I'm on this until justice for LaVontraye. All right, and we're gonna talk about it. That's what we're gonna do. Thank y'all so very much. Shout out to the people that watched and viewed this video, and love y'all. Our ratings have been through the roof, and I appreciate that. Love the support that I get from the people in the bushes. Thank you for y'all support, for helping me out on my show. You know who you are. Shout out to my inner circle. Love y'all. Love y'all dearly. And we will see y'all in the next video. Okay. I want to see y'all over there at members only. Okay. Let's start the members only. All right. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. Thumbs up. Leave a comment. And let me know how I did in the comments. Talk to y'all soon. Members, see y'all over there. Members of Patreon, we got a conversation.